I've already made an quick pre-intro, because I know some of y'all don't watch all my videos. And if you have the knowledge that I need, I want to go ahead and say this before we get too far in the video and you stop watching potentially. Don't stop watching though. Anyway, my 63 Beetle, as you can see, has got some rust and rot right there below the rear window. I'm not sure what that panel is called. You know, that guy there with all the rust. If you know, drop a comment below of where I can find a replacement part for that. And if not, what is the best way to repair that? Any of you air-cooled Volkswagen guys, let me know in the comment what's the best way to repair that. Because it's just hard to get to on this side without pulling, you know, the roof off, taking all this stuff off, which I do not want to do. Anyway, back to the original intro. What's going on, guys? Crank here, Crank's Fab Shop. Behind me, we have my 63 Beetle that we are about to start working on. I don't know how that angle was, probably terrible. The shop is a mess. I'm really needing to get stuff pulled out to organize and get some stuff moved around. You can see we got the van on the lift still. We're waiting to get it over to Warlock Dyno and Tuning and get it on the rollers. We do have some snow, so the van doesn't really go the best in the snow. So waiting on that to clear up so we can get that over there. But in the meantime, yeah, Beetle. All right, first thing I want to do is get the inside of this thing cleaned out. As you can see, I've got just sort of the seats thrown in. I do have some old luggage that I am going to use for this project. And maybe get this thing up on some jack stands and just start. This is going to be a shorter video. I just sort of want to introduce the new project. So that's what this is going to be. I do have a 1300cc right there on the bench. As you can see, we're going to do some, we're going to throw it back together. I do have something in the works for that hole right there.
Perfect.
Yes, excellent. Oh, but first I gotta do a few errands.
And let me tell you, it's not 1300 cc's. Oh, come on. It's a pretty solid Beetle. I did miss a couple things whenever I purchased it. It's a big one. Because there's nothing really too major on it, but I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Let's try to zoom in. See those holes through there? Yeah. So that panel's a little rough up in there that goes inside. I'm not exactly sure what that panel's called, so I'm not sure what kind of replacement panel. The only time I've seen that piece is with the entire roof, so I'm not wanting to do that. I still want to get an oval. That is the goal. Oval window or split. I don't think I can afford a split window. I mean, heck, the way prices are, I don't know if I can afford an oval window. But I'm looking for something specific. And they're just not a lot of them out there. They're not, you know, not the easiest thing to find. And whenever you do find them, here the last few years, they've just been overpriced. So there was a split that popped up fairly local for sale a few months ago, and oh, beautiful. But like I said, I can't afford it. It was $40,000 for a split, and just the prices of these have went up. And I mean, just I don't have that kind of money, unfortunately. So for now, we're gonna work on the 63. The plan is just to get this thing on the road, and I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. I just want to get a good driver. I wish I hadn't sold my 63, which I'll drop a picture here. But unfortunately, due to some circumstances at the time that I had it, I did need to get rid of that car. I wish I hadn't. It was nowhere close to perfect. It was just a little hood ride, slammed Beetle with a 1200cc, and it was just such a fun car. I owned it whenever I lived in Auburn, Alabama, and I was working at APR at the time. And I've got a good story about that. I'll tell later. Drop a comment if you want to hear the story about me getting into air-cooled Beetles and my 63. So yeah, just drop a comment below if you want to hear that. It's pretty fun. But anyway, I sort of want to recreate that style of Beetle with this 63 here. As you can see, somebody has tried to paint this thing in the past, and man, I wish they hadn't have touched it. It probably would have been a lot more expensive because, I mean, as you can see, the original color was turquoise. You know, and just the paint on this thing, I've sanded through in a couple places, hoping I could get to the original color. After I did that, I realized I do have the hood up there, if you can see it, and they've sanded it all down. So it's not like they just scuffed the paint or sanded it and then painted over. They did sand it down quite a bit, and you can still see here, you know, where it's flaking and chipping. There's still a little turquoise underneath there, but you know, not much, if at all. So the plan is, you know, as you can see, like I said, I've already started sanding this thing, trying to find some original paint. Didn't have luck with that, but we're basically gonna over buff this thing. We're just gonna sand it, buff it over and over again until we just start to burn through the clear and the paint and get down to some primer in spots. As you can see, we've already hit bare metal in some spots. We're just gonna make this thing look like it's been sitting outside for a long time. I'm not going to do I guess, fake patina in the sense of, you know, painting multiple colors, then sanding through those colors like a lot of people do. I'm just going to take the paint job we have here and try to make it look like it's been sitting for a long time. But anyway, let's start getting some of this stuff out. Did buy 4 hubcaps. I was missing 1, and 4 popped up for sale, so I'll snatch those up. Get my briefcases out here. So yeah, I have had this Beetle for a little while now, just a little over a year. And well, I guess maybe right at about a year, and it's just been sitting here. Y'all probably seen it in some videos in the background, but we've not really done anything to it other than just let it sit here. So not exactly sure what I'll do on the inside. I did buy some of those blankets to see if we can do something. Maybe buy some new actual foam, redo the seats a little bit. But yeah, who knows? I don't know how far we're going to go with it. But, yeah, just had the seats sitting in there. I wish I'd held out and bought something a little older than the 63. 63 is sort of the last year that I personally wanted. I could have went with the 64. You know, they have the windows, the smaller windows all around. They don't have the small windshield like the oval and the splits do. But, you know, the side windows are smaller than the, I guess, 65 and newer. But I personally like, well, I don't have the hood on there now, but I like the Pope nose on the hood. Yeah, I can't really see it up there at the moment. But yeah, I like the Pope nose on the hood rather than the wider. I guess it's just the license plate light there that goes over top of the license plate. The 64 and newer has the wider one. 63 and older has the smaller one. I think they call it a Pope nose. I could be wrong on that, but oh. And as you can see, these seats are just roached, man. But I'm gonna weigh this down. I don't have, so my tripod and gimbal are in the van, which as you can see is behind me on the lift. I guess I could get a ladder and climb up there to get the stuff out. I just don't feel like it. My wife's coming to the shop here in a little bit to pick me up so we can go pick up our daughter. And so I don't have the heat going in here or anything like that. I'm just trying to make a short, quick video. Getting started on the 63 Beetle, which I've been procrastinating on for a while now. The plan is to make it to the Alpine Volkswagen. If you've ever been to the Alpine Volkswagen, or if you want to go to the Alpine Volkswagen, leave a comment below. If you've been, let me know how it is, what it's like. I've seen the videos and it looks absolutely amazing. I first heard about it when I worked at APR, and ever since I've wanted to make it there. So that's the goal for this one. I'd really like to make it to Circle Your Wagons in Tennessee the beginning of May. I believe the Alpine Volkswagen is towards the end of May. I haven't seen where they've released the date for 2025 yet, but yeah, that's the goal. To at least get this thing driving, so we can hit up the Alpine Volkswagen. So I'm gonna sit this down for a second. I'll be right back. All right, got the inside all cleaned out. As you can see, these pans are pretty rough. No, not a huge deal. They actually, whenever I was looking at the car, I couldn't tell because it had these pads in it, and just there was stuff in here, so it was hard to see. And where it was at, couldn't really get the best look at it. But, you know, pans aren't a big deal. I have a set of pans in my garage that I actually got with my 71 Baja Beetle when I bought it. Now, I'm not sure what year those are. I believe pre-70 is one floor pan. No. And then 71 and later is a different floor pan. So I gotta see exactly which one I've got. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that they'll fit a 63, because if they do, we'll go ahead and swap the pans. I won't have to buy any. We do need to swap the pans because they are pretty rough. They've been patched. As you can see there on each side, a couple patches. And then where the actual seat mounts are very rough. This side's not, you can see, but this side's really bad. So yeah, that is one thing I'd really like to do to this car. I know, you know, the outside's going to be pretty rough. I would like to get the pan solid, cleaned up. Just get it really nice. So once I get the van going and off the lift, I think I'm going to roll this over underneath the lift and see if I can't use my 4-post to pull the body off of this Beetle, so we can start working on the pan, get it set up. So you can see the front end's pretty slammed. The back end's, you know, all lifted up. There's no engine in it, so there's no weight back there, and it's not been dropped yet. So we will adjust the torsions on that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll pull the tires off, get the wheels powder coated. Just try to get a good beam. Let's see. As you can see, I did use a little quick detailer to get all the dust off of it, to clean it up. Filmed some vertical stuff with that. Got to make a few shorts to mess with my buddy Matt over at Savage Detailing. We've got a little inside joke between us that I like to send him pictures and videos of me doing just the absolutely wrong thing whenever it comes to detailing a car or washing stuff as a joke. And I call it a hashtag colonizer detailing. I like to poke fun a little bit. All in fun, but it's a good time. Anyway, so I believe this thing may have had a little damage in the front because the hood doesn't fit the best. So let's see if we can see anything here. Can't tell if looks like that's maybe a little tighter through there than it should be. Honestly, I'm not sure. But I think the front is pushed back a little bit. So we may try to fix that. Get that swept back, but need to pull this stuff out of here. As you can see, we got some work to do on the beam. Let's just get that out because we don't need that in there anyway. Yeah, we got the tie rod ends are, you know, you can see that's not done right. So I have installed adjusters, narrowed the beam quite a bit because there is not a shock mount, as you can see, because it's too far in. They've cut the shock mount completely off. So in seeing that, we may need a new beam. I definitely want shocks on this thing. So yeah, we may be able to fabricate a shock mount, or we may just end up purchasing a new beam for it. I'm not sure. We'll see whenever we get a little further along. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end this one. Like I said, this was just a quick video. I wanted to introduce you all to the 63 Volkswagen Beetle project that I'm about to start on. As soon as we get finished with the van, we're going to go into this, jump head first into this one. So be watching, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you can see whenever I upload new videos on my Beetle here. So if you all have a name for the Beetle, I have not named this car yet. Sometimes I name stuff. We've got Herbert is my van. I've not named the Cadillac either, but I don't know. I named my last Beetle. I forgot what it was. I think it was Ava. But yeah, drop a comment below and let me know what you think I should name this Beetle. Anyway, until next time, see you later, YouTube.
Well, bye.